Hi, I'm Larie, and welcome to your 30-minute glute-focused giant set workout. What you're going to need today, a few things. You're going to need a mat. You're going to need a pair of lighter-ish dumbbells. You need a bench or a chair, either is fine. And then you're going to need a mini band. I have fabric, but latex will do as well. All right, so here's today's format. We have giant sets. So we have 4 exercises per block. Each exercise will be performed for 60 seconds each. So that is 4 minutes of total work time. After that 4 minutes is up, we'll get 30 seconds to recover, rest before we move on to a new block. Now it is non-repeat today, but we have a lot of unilateral movements, meaning one side of the body. And sometimes these blocks are unilateral, meaning we're gonna do all 4 exercises on one side. That is going to be very demanding on your body. Hence why I have a very lighter pair of dumbbells. This is only 10 pounds, but it's going to feel challenging for me by the end. Now, a couple ways you could modify this is if during the middle of that giant set, you feel your forearms start to slip, go ahead and switch it to the other side. Just remember where you switched it off in that block so you can match it when we mirror that block coming up. Also remember, you and I are different, so we never have to go at the same speed, same tempo. I want you to take your time on this, notice where you are feeling it, and just really focus on great form today. Here's how your screen's gonna look. With about 15 seconds to go, you'll see a demo up in that corner. Once you hear that ding, we moved on. Up in this upper hand corner will be the current block that we are on, and down here will be the timer. I definitely recommend having something around for hydration because we're probably gonna need it. Even though there's no cardio-based exercises today, you may want it around. All right, y'all, grab all your stuff and let's get to work. Our first block, the first 2 exercises will be performed on the left, and then we'll get it done on the right. You can always do your weaker side first if you know you have one. I'm going to be using dumbbells for the dumbbell step-ups, but if you want this just as a warm-up, you can do this body weight only. It is up to you. All right, so first up, dumbbell step-ups. We're gonna stick with the left. So really focus on driving through the heel, using that glute to drive you up, and then control it down. So try to use that back foot as little as possible. After this exercise, we'll get rid of the weight, and then we have toe taps. This begins your workout. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go.
Celebrate, celebration, celebrate, 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 celebration, celebrate. Hey, what's your style? What you drinking? What's your vibe? I've been feeling rather sad in the corner of my class. Boy, what's your style? What you drinking? What's your vibe? I've been feeling rather sad. Oh yeah. Don't be mean. You're here all alone and you know it. Hang on, 'cause we're gonna turn it up. Don't you see? I'm here all alone and I like it. Baby, don't please try to fight it. Pour it up with the blue champagne, blue champagne, blue champagne. Let's celebrate with the blue champagne, blue champagne. All my feelings run away.
Coming up, we'll set those dumbbells down, and we have body weight toe taps in 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down, go to the top of the movement. Now we're going to try to barely tap that toe on the ground. Go 3, 2, 1, barely tap, then drive it up. So really get your balance together. Barely tap that toe, focus on that eccentric portion, and then bring it up.
Come here and work it with me. Don't you see? I'm here all alone and I like it. Baby, don't please try to fight it. Pour it up with the blue champagne, blue champagne, blue champagne. Let's celebrate with the blue champagne, blue champagne. All my feelings run away in a sip of all the colors. Celebrate with the blue champagne, blue champagne. Oh, how far can we go? Oh, how far can we go? Put your body on the floor. Show how far we can go. Oh, how far.
A couple more reps, then we have dumbbell step-ups on the other side. In 3, 2, and 1. Grab those dumbbells, other side, right side.
Celebrate, celebration, celebrate, 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 celebration, celebrate. Celebrate, celebration, celebrate, 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 celebration, celebrate. Hey, what's your style? What you drinking? What's your vibe? I've been blue champagne, blue champagne, blue champagne. Let's celebrate with the blue champagne, blue champagne. All my feelings went away in a sip of all the colors. Celebrate with the blue champagne.
Couple more reps and we'll set those dumbbells down. We have toe taps in 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down, go to the top of the movement. Try to barely tap that toe. Slow down that eccentric as much as possible. This is really going to challenge your balance.
Celebrate, celebration, celebrate, 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 celebration, celebrate.
I've been trying hard to keep my cool, but when you're near, there's nothing that I can do. When you're walking in, I know it's true. It doesn't even matter how hard I try, 'cause when I hear your voice, my walls come down. Boy, you are the only thing I want. There must be a way I can make you see that if we fell in love, it would be so sweet.
Last 30, 2, and 1. Wow. Okay, the next block is going to be on your left side only. If needed, you can switch it up to the right at the midway point. But let's see, it's going to be challenging, fair warning. You can do it with or without a dumbbell. And if you need to drop that dumbbell, just remember where you drop it so we can match it on the other side for the next block, all right? So I'm doing my weaker side first. We have a single leg hip thrust to start. And grab one of your weights if you want that challenge. So we're here, drive it up with the left, then bring it down. So it's all in that left glute. Make sure your hip is staying in line or slightly underneath that rib cage, just to make sure we're not hyperextending at that lumbar spine. Keep that neutral. Feel the glute drive you up. Next up, we have a bilateral to single leg thrust. We're still working the left. In 3, 2, and 1. Equal weight in both feet as we drive up. Pick up the right foot, so now it shifts to the left. Control it down. Both feet on the concentric, single leg on the eccentric. Keep your hips as still as possible, so you have to keep your core tight to help stabilize those hips. Next up, we have a V stance hip thrust. Still working that left leg in 3, 2, 1. About 80% in the left, 20 in the right. Normal tempo. Your left glute should be on fire by now. It's almost cramping up, but we can push through. If needed, you can pause, rest, and then rep it out as needed. Next up, we end this block with a bilateral movement, equal weight in both feet, top range of motion only. Hold at the top, equal weight in both feet, even though that left is gonna feel a little bit more worked. Now take it about halfway down, all the way up. Hard squeeze. Feel the glutes drive you up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Control it. Last 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Talk about a glute pump. Woo! Okay, now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. The only thing that we're going to switch up is that final bilateral movement. We'll take it to a 1 to a quarter rep. All right, go ahead and get into position. We start with our single leg hip thrust. Keep your core tight to help stabilize the hips. And then feel that right glute do the work. We got to match it. We have got to match this side to the other.
I'm saying let's go. You're saying maybe. Let's find a disco. You're stuck at home being so lazy. Hey. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come
Bilateral to single in 3, 2, and 1. Equal weight as we drive it up. Single leg as we go down.
wanna come dance with me. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body.
When you bring that leg up, try to keep those hips as stable as possible. So the hips will want to sway, but your core is staying tight to help prevent that. Your core is helping to stabilize the spine and your hips.
Down like that is pretty insane. You need to break free. Live fast and die young and let yourself go. Let yourself go. Hey, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some.
V stance in 3, 2, and 1. 80-20, and we're just repping it out.
Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go.
Coming up next, bilateral, equal weight in both feet in 3, 2, and 1. Wow, it's still gonna burn. Quarter rep at the top. Full range of motion, add that pulse at the top.
Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. My heart is beating to your drum, and I'm blinded by the sunshine in your eyes. Not thinking twice, am I this down? Although I know you're all I want. How could I crave something so bad? My sweaty palms reveal a warning I should hear. But I don't care, you drive me mad. I'll ignore the truth and run to you.
Last 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Okay, these next 2 blocks I feel are the most challenging and most demanding of the whole workout, because we're doing the next 4 on the left, and then after that, the next 4 on the right. If needed, you could break it up. You could do the first 2 on the left, second 2 on the right, and then just kind of mirror that on the remaining block. Or you can just use 1 dumbbell and use a wall or something to help brace and stabilize yourself. So left side coming up, single leg deadlift. So it's not about how high that back foot is going. So you can just barely take it off the ground. The main focus here is that hip flexion, hip extension. So just send that hip back, bring it up. Now, these 2 weights make it really challenging on your core and on your balance. So if needed, set 1 dumbbell down and then grab a hold of a wall or a chair with the other. Going to go back and forth with this hip hinge and knee hinge movement. Now we have a reverse lunge, 1 to 1/4 rep. So same side is still working. Slight hinge forward to bias the glutes. Take it back, pulse at the bottom, drive it up. So we're just adding a hair more hip flexion here so we can get more out of the glutes. Try it out. If we were to do it straight up, straight down, we would feel a little bit more in the quads. So do what you want, but this is my preferred way when trying to bias the glutes. Left glute is burning. Next up, we go back to that hip hinge. We have a B stance RDL. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. 80-20, just like we did in the hip thrust. Now send the hip back, 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 back. When the hip stops going back, you stop. And then bring it up. So we're only going to when we reach full hip flexion, pause, bring it up. My glute is on fire. Make sure your core isn't just hanging out, and you have it nice and active. My left glute is crying right now. If you find your form is starting to slip, you can end this final exercise on the other side. But if you got it, you can also do this body weight only. Final exercise of this block is a curtsy lunge. We go at a slight angle when we step back. So hold at the top. Wow. Now go back. Just cross it back and then bring it up. So I'll give you a different angle here. Make sure your hips are staying as stable as possible and we're not letting a lot of movement go into the hips. So keep that core nice and active as we draw it up.
I can never get it right without you. No, I don't wanna step into the light if I don't get you, shawty. You bring out the sweetness of my life. Oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right. While you try to fight, just come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that.
Last 3, 2, and wow. Woo! Set those dumbbells down. Okay, good thing we did our weaker side first, right? Because we got to match it. Now, if you don't have a weaker side, don't worry about what I'm talking about, but some of us do. And that could be from just shifting our weight and using that hand throughout the day. It may have nothing to do with strength training, just postural habits throughout the day could put us in that muscular imbalance. So for me, I'm right-handed, so my right side, I always just wanna go there. So let's match it. Here we go, single leg deadlift, other side.
Tonight, I'm gonna miss your body. You know I can never get it right without you. No, I don't wanna step into the light if I don't get you, shawty. You bring out the sweetness of my life. Oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right. While you try to fight, just come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me.
Reverse lunge, we had that pulse at the bottom, and 3, 2, and 1. Slight hinge forward. Let's bias the glutes just a hair more.
A ghost. Oh, I don't feel right when I dance alone. I don't feel right when you don't come home. I miss your body and I love you so. Baby, I do, oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right. While you try to fight, just come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that.
Next up, we have a B stance RDL. My right glute is on fire. Get set, then we move. 80-20. Wow, let's go.
I've been fighting everything you say. I've been trying to go the other way, but I can't seem to get you out of my head. Out of my head. I've been fighting everything you'll be, 'cause everything you'll be is changing me, and I can't seem to get you out of my head. Out of my head. I got time for you. I got time for you. So be mine. Would you give me time to give it all to you?
Next up, we have that curtsy lunge. Lunge back at a slight angle. Keep those hips stable though. Let's go.
Give it all to you. Give it all to you, yeah. Let me give it all to you. Let me give it all to you. I've been fighting everything you'll be, 'cause everything you'll be is changing me, and I can't seem to get you out of my head. Out of my
One more rep.
head.
3, 2, and 1. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Put your band on around your quads. We end our final 2 blocks with the band. Next up, we have squats. Slow tempo on the eccentric, slow tempo on the concentric. Slight external rotation, so take it down slow. For 3, 2, 1, and pause. Take it up for 3. 3, 2, 1, and pause. Try not to lock out at the top. So we're trying to keep tension in the glutes as much as possible. Pause, bring it up for 3, 2, 1, not locking out. Good. Next up, we'll set these dumbbells down. We have monster walks in 3, 2, and 1. Set your dumbbells down. Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna walk forward as much room as you have. So I'm only going to do 4 steps back and front, but if you have more room, do it. So mini baby squat, and then we're pressing into the band at an angle forwards, and then back at that slight angle as well. Iso squat calf raises. Let's go if needed. You can take a seat and perform it. So we're just going about to where thighs are parallel. Lift the heels, bring it down. You can always help stabilize on something like a wall or your bench, whatever you got. You could do it just like that as well. You could use a wall. Oh my goodness, let's just survive. Come on, we got this. 5 seconds, and then we end this block with lateral walks in 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out real fast. Now we're walking to one side, then the other. Keep tension on the band, so try not to lose that tension by stepping the feet too close together. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, final block will be on our mat. First 2 exercises on the left, then on the right, and then we end with some makeshift reverse banded hypers. You gotta find the right position with the band. So fabric band is preferred just because I find that latex band will like start to roll up on you. So that is fine, but it's just annoying if it happens. Just pause, reset. So straight leg, left leg's going back. So we're gonna take it up, straight back, add that quarter rep, then bring it down. Now my band is super heavy, so it's kind of limiting my range of motion. If that is happening to you, honor that. Core staying tight to help stabilize the hips. Lead with that left glute, add the pulse, then bring it down. If you have ankle weights here, this would be a great thing to do with ankle weights as well. Just the next time you come back to it, maybe grab those because those are underutilized if you have them probably. All right, up and over. So we take it like a rainbow to one side, then the other, and I'm crying a little bit. So got to keep the core tight to help stabilize the hips. Really control it. Up and over. One side, and then the other. More seconds, and then we go to that other side. Straight leg kickbacks, 1 1/4 rep. We'll do the right. And 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Let's go. We go to up and overs in 3, 2, and 1. So now we're just crossing it to one side of your mat and then up and over to the other side of the mat. That left hip, try to keep it as still as possible. So really slow this movement down. In 10 seconds, we're gonna burn it out. Reverse hypers, come to your belly. We'll lift the legs only and press into the band while we do it. In 3, 2, and 1. On your belly. Keep your head on the ground. I gotta keep mine risen just a little bit, just so you can hear my mic, and then bring it down. So lift the legs, press into the band, bring it down. In 5 seconds, we hold at the top and we just press into the band. In 3, 2, hold and press into the band. Press out and up, out and up. It should be burning. Keep your core tight. You got this. Final 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release. Wow. Okay. Tapping out, crying a little bit. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of this band. Oh, goodness. This band is really the one that I have. A lot of resistance. There's not a lot of give to it, not a lot of slack to it, which I like, but also don't like that much. So you got to kind of find the right resistance band for those moves. So if something felt a little off, it could just be the resistance. Try it out with body weight first. All right, since we're already on our backs, let's go ahead and give the glutes a nice stretch. Figure 4 stretch. Draw one knee in. Hands go in between the space that you just created. On the inhale, press that elbow gently into the inner thigh. On the exhale, pull the knee in. Big deep inhale. On the exhale, let's switch sides. One more big deep inhale. On the exhale, grab a hold of the backs of the hamstrings and give yourself about 3 spinal rolls up. And then on this next one, come all the way up. Let's come into our runner's lunge. Left foot, my left foot is forward. You can do whatever side you want to first. Neutral low back, big deep inhale. As you exhale, feel a big stretch along that right hip flexor, right psoas. And then if you want, take the right arm up and over. On the next inhale, come out of it, start to straighten that left leg, hinge back. Now we're focusing on that left glute, left hamstring. Oh, feels so good, but we got things to do, so let's take it to the other side. Inhale, exhale, come into it. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to sink into it. And come out of it, quarter turn towards me. Bring one foot on the ground, doesn't matter what side you use first. I want you to keep that hip on the ground and take it up and over. If you find that that hip is coming off, come out of it and then go back into it. Inhale and exhale. Let's take it to that other side. Big inhale. Okay, we're gonna get those inner thighs real quick. So just start to come into your version of a frog pose. So wiggle side to side. Once you start to feel a stretch, hold there and then gently just draw the glutes, towards the heels, and that will intensify it. You can hang out up here. You can rest on your hands, whatever you want to do. We're just aiming for a big stretch along those inner thighs. We'll be here for about 15 more seconds. Just breathe into it. To come out of this pose, shift the upper body forward, wiggle one knee in slowly at a time, come to a seated position. Y'all, nice work today. That was tough. I was crying in the second block. Actually, that first block was pretty tough too. As long as you tried your best, that is all that matters. Try to keep this is a really demanding workout, especially one side than the other. Great if you have any muscular imbalances or if you really just want to burn out those glutes. So always just try your best, and if needed, you can always drop the weight. You can split up the blocks, first half left, second half right, and then just mirror that. On the second, you can do this however you want to. This is your workout, and as long as you tried your best, y'all, that is all that matters. So my name is Larie. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Like, comment, subscribe below. Your love and support means the world, per usual. And most importantly, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. You rock.